Welcome to Spotlight. I'm Adam Navis.
And I'm Anne Muir. Spotlight uses a special English method of broadcasting. It is easier for people to understand, no matter where in the world they live.
Today's Spotlight deals with a very difficult subject, suicide. There are stories about suicide in this program. If you think suicide is a good idea, please call a suicide crisis center in your area.
You start drinking and taking drugs. You know that you do not know how you are going to find tomorrow because you cannot get out of today. You do not know your place in life because it has changed so many times. You start becoming disconnected. You lose that connection to community, to culture, to family, to yourself. It gets very easy to see suicide as a simple answer. You do not have to ask any questions. You do not have to answer any questions.
These are the words of a woman named Lagimas George. In the past, George was so depressed that she tried to kill herself. However, George lived through her suicide attempt. Surviving suicide does not mean that her life was perfect. But George found something to live for. Today's Spotlight is on what it is like to go on living after attempting suicide.
After her suicide attempt, George spoke to the Live Through This project.
I have lots of different things that give me hope now. My son's laugh. His laugh has saved me so many times. The smell of sea air, like when you are out on a boat. All of those little things that you enjoy, those are connections to hope. Do not ignore them. That is you. That is some part of you wanting to survive. It may not be much, but sometimes all you need is a small something.
There are millions of people all around the world just like George. Akshay Rangnekar was a young man. After his girlfriend broke up with him, he tried to kill himself. He told the Times of India about his suicide attempt.
When my girlfriend broke up with me, it seemed the biggest problem at that point. I felt like I was not important to anyone. I thought committing suicide was the only choice.
Ragnikur tried to kill himself 2 times, but he survived each attempt. Then he talked to a professional counselor, someone trained to help people who are struggling. Ragnikur took medicine to help him feel better. He even spent time in the hospital. he began to get better. After some time, he found hope for the future by helping other people. He explained,
I wanted to die. But what about my parents, friends, and loved ones who care about me? How would they feel? I have decided to do something good with life. I have learned this the hard way. There are bad moments in life, but they are just moments. One must keep going.
Reinekar knows that his problems are temporary. Life events that push people to attempt suicide are a real problem. But suicide is a permanent solution. Things do not always get easier after surviving a suicide attempt. Things may change slowly.
David Paho struggled with depression. He often felt like he could not control what he was thinking. This did not change after his suicide attempt. But he deals with it now as best as he can. He spoke to the Live Through This project about how his mind works.
I can recognize my dangerous thoughts. My first goal right now is to heal. That is about me. When my thoughts start to go into a circle again and again, I have to tell myself, this is about me and my own healing. What can I do right now to make that happen? I love my kids more than anything in the world. I will start to think about them, and then I tell myself, you have to be a good father to them. If you love them, you are going to be present, and you are going to work on healing.
Some people have experienced truly terrible things. Other people have mental health problems. Some struggle with addiction to drugs or alcohol. These things can bring shame. People with these problems may also attempt suicide. This can bring even more shame. The organisation Live Through This is trying to fight this idea. They work to share the stories and pictures of people who have attempted suicide. They explain why they do this on their website.
In the past, people who have survived a suicide attempt told others about their experiences. But they did not use their real names. They did this so other people would not treat them differently. The silence and shame created in that act are dangerous. We encourage survivors to share their experiences publicly. We encourage them to use both their full name and picture. It shares a secret that people have not wanted to talk about for far too long.
talking about suicide takes away some of its power. But people who survive a suicide attempt need both hope and help. They need help from friends, family, and trained professionals. And they need to find a new hope, a reason to live. This is what happened to Terry. Terry attempted suicide after a difficult childhood. He found hope in helping young children. He wants to be the person that he needed when he was young. He explains where he finds hope for the future. He told Vice,
"I know I can go to my friends when I am feeling low. They are able to bring me back up. I started talking to my dad and my little brothers that I have not seen in over 9 years. My dream is to help care for children who are in similar situations as I was. I want to show them love and care. I do not want for them to go through life not knowing what it is like for someone to care about them."
What gives you hope? How can you share that hope with others? Leave a comment on Facebook or on our website. However, if you are feeling suicidal right now, we do not want you to do that. We want you to reach out to a friend or family member. Ask for help. You can find a list of resources on the script page for this program on our website. Know that things can get better. Suicide is never the answer.
The writer of this program was Adam Navis. The producer was Michio Ozaki. The voices you heard were from the United States, the United Kingdom, and New Zealand. All quotes were adapted for this program and voiced by Spotlight. You can listen to this program again and read it on the internet at www.radioenglish.net. This program is called Surviving Suicide.
Look for our free official app in the Google Play Store and in iTunes. We hope you can join us again for the next Spotlight program. Goodbye.